Alright, BobalosRex here. In today's non-spoiler video, the next lore rant coming out today, we'll have some spoilers for 11.1, but no spoilers here, because we're talking about, well, unless my theories are right? If these crazy theories are correct, then maybe. But let's talk about it. So, you already know from the title, lore rant. What's next for the Nerubians? Because I do think they are going to be relevant again. But first, let's talk about, what's the deal with the Ashkahet Nerubians if you don't know? Well, if you've done the questing, we help them out, we rebel, and if you did the story mode, we went in, we beat Ansarek. Zalatath was like, sorry, I ain't helping you, Queen, bye. Sorry, not sorry, basically. And meanwhile, while we were fighting Ansarek, Zalatath did all that stuff with the crystal, and then we did that stuff with Illyria. And then we even got the Queen back, Nephris. If you watch that cinematic, you'd know we got Nephris back. So we all work together. This council of spiders, led by Arachne. You had the Vizier, and then you had the General here. We got their rep. What was it? I forgot the Vizier's name. Oh my god, I can't remember his name. He's cool. I actually really like him. It's not Takaj, because that's the one dude. But Anubizal, he's always going to be here for me. I ain't letting him go. Yeah, we team up with all the spiders. We had the council. We beat Ansarek. They talk. Then the stuff goes on with Zalatath. We get Nephris back. And if you've done that quest line, you would see someone else inside here. So that's basically what we did with the spiders, right? We teamed up with one side of them, worked with them, basically integrated into their society. It's crazy. You got goblins working with them already when we get here. They just acting like they just normal people. They spider people. But they just people. They work a little differently. So that's the cool part of this. And then we see them working with the Arathi. They were at war with the Arathi. The Arathi were fighting them. And then they pieced that out and we're all good. Ansarek's down. Spiders all good. We have Nephris the Queen back. And now we have these three leaders, or had three leaders. You had the Weaver, the Vizier, and the General, Arachne. Who, I would love to know more about the Weavers, because I guess the Weavers are I'm not as well versed with the full Nerubian lore that I should be from here. I actually do need to dive deeper into that. That would maybe help me flesh out some more of this stuff. So maybe we'll take a deep dive onto this. But basically, they're man, I don't even know because they're magi-ish. They weave the threads of society, but it's like a secret society almost. The Weavers, but not so secret. Then you have the Vizier. He was the political, there's this political organization, council, government body. And then you had the General. He led the military forces. He died. If you did the quest line, Anubizal dies at the end, which kind of sucks. There's some weird timeline stuff with does this happen after or before the raid? For me, it feels like all the raid stuff, all this stuff happens while he's alive. Then that final little thing with him happens after everything. The siege hold was the last holdout, and he does that, and then he looks on his city free. That'd be good. He's looking at a freed city, and then he goes. So, and he had his lieutenants over here, so we may see them hanging out. I'd love to see some more story. I would love to see an epilogue for the spiders. We had the Karen Tor one. Whether or not that was good for you is going to be debatable. But I would love to see a spider epilogue, but maybe not an epilogue, but like some more spider quest lines before we get to midnight to see what's going on with them. To see what's going on with Nephris. Because we saw some cool stuff with that, right? So that's kind of like what happened, where we're at. Now, I can talk about what I think is next. So what are y'all... I'm going to tell y'all my theories for what we get next for the spiders. But I think there's a lot of options. But I hope we maintain seeing their story a little bit through midnight. And I do think we can see them in midnight fighting against Xalatath. Because here's the thing. All the stuff that happened with Arachne, all the stuff that happened with the spiders, Nephris lost her child due to Xalatath. I want to see them fighting Xalatath with us all the way into midnight or wherever we fight Xalatath. I want to see Nephris return. We have thick Nephris right now. Maybe that will lead into something I'm going to talk about later, but we have Big Queen Nephris. We still have maybe a new council around her. Maybe she's just like... Maybe they switch how their society kind of runs. I mean, I don't know the full political system of the spiders, but they had a queen. So they probably had an absolute monarchy, but maybe they moved to a parliamentary monarchy. You know, we'll see. We'll see what they're doing. It'd be good. I think it'd be good to get into that. That's why I want to get into that. I just haven't had time. But I've had theories. Okay? Because when I get the basics of it, when I get a vibe, that's when I start cooking the theories, you know? So I'd love to see some more stuff with her. And we do see a connection with them and the Forsaken, or her and the Forsaken, because of this transformation. We have that cool stuff with Lillian Voss. So, very interesting stuff there, especially when we talk about architecture, right? Scourge architecture, Spider architecture, Maltraxxus architecture, and then just necromancy. And there's a lot of connections between undead and spiders, so let's see. So, I hope to see them going into midnight fighting against Xalatath. But then here is where we can get the juice, right? So in Last Titan, we're going to Northrend. Alright? We know for a fact, confirmed, Nephris told Anubarak, fuck off, bro. Straight up, Nephris said, Anubarak, fuck off. And left the spiders of Azjol Nerub to die. Alright? We go back here. We find the Azjol Nerub spiders kind of restoring. I would love to see them restoring, but will these spiders help them? And if they don't, will that cause some drama, right? Because now I'm like, Nephris bailed on them, right? And then all this shit happened. Does she, like, regret that at all? Is she like, man, I'm glad I protected my people, but I do wish I could have helped them, right? Because you could argue, oh, she did it to protect her people. Fair. Fair enough, right? But now it's like, okay, I'm going to help restore them, right? Some of them survived. I'm going to help them out. All right? I got to help them out. I'm going to come over and help them. And that'd be cool to see these Nerubian help out their brethren, and maybe us get some more lore about which city is first, because I guess it's already assumed in the lore, the Old Kingdom, Azjol Nerub, this is still the first city. But I'm telling you, man, something about the name Azkahet, the Azkahir, the Azakir Empire, the frickin' mosaic or whatever you want to call it, because I guess it wouldn't be called that. It would be called something else, and I can't remember. I've learned the thing, but I can't remember it right now. But yeah, it was whatever it is. That thing makes me think this city is older. But I think it'd be cool to get more Nerubian lore, right? Maybe we see where their connections with Mount Draxus lie, with these other realms, because we see a lot of crazy spider stuff in WoW. All right, we got fell spiders, we got arcane spiders, we got flame. I already said flame spiders, right? Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, I said fell spiders. We got flame spiders too. All right. Look at this. Here. I'll go down the list real quick. Look at this. So we got Wrath of Lich King. We got OG spiders. You know, here. We'll get the guy himself. He himself, Nerubians. Some people hype him up. I think he kind of sucked. He just taking L's, man. He just ooh, so rough. Okay, so you had Homeboy. Then you have these freaking spiders. What is this? What in the world? Alright, then we had freaking Legion had the arcane spiders. I can't... is there a thing that has an arcane spider? No. Not that I can think of. But yeah. So many spiders. We need more spider lore. Alright, and y'all remember my theory about how I think there is... I think the old gods corrupted something to become the Akir. Alright, that's what I think. But I would also like to restore Isdrol Nerub. I would love for these spiders, for Nephris and her council to be like, yo, since there is survivors, at least we gotta help Isdrol Nerub. And we could see their storyline play out in The Last Titan. And that leads to my next theory. Remember where I, in my allied race trickle theory, where I had an empty spot towards the end where I was like, I don't know what could go here? This may be something go there. So, the spiders are all about evolution, right? They're all about evolving. That's why they did this new form, right? They talk about new forms, okay? That's how we got the Ascended, right? And people, especially with this new spider stuff, the second this stuff hit, I've been talking about, oh, playable Nerubian? It's been talked about. Like, I don't think I've really talked about it. But this is the video to talk about it. Because here's the thing. When I look at these Ascended models, they hit the problem, the main problem with whether or not something could be an allied race. Alright? Because here's the thing. They all have the same face. They have same face disorder. Okay? When the models have same face disorder, they're not ready to be playable. Okay? But, hear me out. 1 expansion. 2 expansion. Nerubians have achieved a new Ascended form. This one looks better, but similar to this, and has facial customizations, and can ride mounts and wear armor. All the spider people would be happy, okay? Maybe you still have the OG spider look, okay? Maybe something more like this. Or like this. I'm not sure if people would be about this. Some people would be about this. Maybe there's a racial return to origin, and you can return to something like this. Or maybe you have multiple forms. I was initially thinking forms, but maybe people would just want the elf-like spider race. I was gonna say the sexy spider race, but I don't like spider. I'm not into the spider thing, but some people are. Hey man, you already got Worgen, you already got Volpera. Some people want to get with the spiders. All right. I've seen what people have said about Answer Right. Like, yeah, so maybe people would want to be the OG spider. I just think playable spiders could be on the table, all right, in Last Titan. But we would see new models, okay? We would see the same face disorder of a lot of these models go away. That's, to me, that's the key. Covenant, the Kyrian Covenant races, the Venthyr, all them, they have the same face disorder, which is why I was like, man, I want them to be playable, but they got a problem. But I would love to see playable spiders. And then here's the thing. Playable spiders could be like pretty much everything. You know, I'm gonna log out just so I can look at the classes real quick and go through it. We could theoretically see a Nerubian play warrior, hunter, mage, rogue, priest, spider priest. Oh my god, the spider priest. That just sounds so crazy to me. Then we got warlocks. Hey, if you're a priest and a warrior, I think you can be a paladin. A paladin spider order would be crazy. Something to think about. Spider druids, maybe a reach. Spider shaman, maybe a reach. Spider monks. We've seen how they fight. I think they can be monks. I think the only limitation for monks from Drakthir, I think, is animation. So that would be that's it, literally, for me. Demon Hunter Spider, Spider DKs. This could already kind of be a thing, right? We've seen spiders work for the Scourge. They were initially immune to undeath, but they could be raised once they died. So, Spider Evokers, not so much. Spider Tinkers, if we get Tinkers. Dude, now I really think we are getting that close. Oh my god. Every day I see more Tinker stuff. That's another thing. That's a future thing. But I do think we can see spiders in some form be playable, maybe in the Last Titan. That's my last theory. So, I'm just going to go over my theories one more time. So, I want to see them fight with us against Zalatath. I do think we're going to see them fight against Zalatath. In Last Titan, I would love to see them reconnect with this Joel Nerub in some way. Either help them out, or they're upset with Ash-Kahet, and then that's a whole thing. And then I'd be down with playable spiders. I'd be down, you know. I also think, like I said, I think in that same allied race trickle theory, I talked about getting Naga, so whatever tech is used with Naga, a form swap, whatever. If people want to do the multi-leg spiders versus the two-legged spiders, it could all work. It could all work. I feel like there's ways to get around it. But yeah, that's been my spider rant. What I think next for the spiders. I had a good time hanging out with the spiders in Ash-Kahet, and I do want to see them stick around. Like, I do hope we continue their story. And I think there's plenty of story to use them into. So, hopefully Blizzard adds them in. And that's it. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.